Yo, what's happening? Back again, another review. I was told not to move about in my chair so much, but I don't care. I'm gonna keep doing it. I like swinging around. It helps me think. It helps me talk. It helps me process what I'm saying. MGMT, you know them. Everybody knows them. You know, childhood classics. Especially for me, I sort of grew up on some of the bangers these guys were dropping. Ocular Spectacular, everybody knows it. It's such a great, fun project and was really a great debut for them and really established them as like pretty peak in what they do. Then there's Little Dark Age, which is very good. I'm a big fan of that one. It's a great project. And I've had a few here and there as they've developed. But now they're back with their brand new album of 2024, Loss of Life. Yes, I was excited for this. As I said, I do like MGMT. I would tend to dabble sometimes in a bit of MGMT. So I was looking forward to this. Some of the singles were really, really good, and now I get to talk about it. I'm excited to talk about it because I can tell you for a fact, I love this project. It's fantastic. Very, very, very strong and is a great album for them. Potentially their best, but I'll decide that at the end of the review. Once I get into this, let's just get into it. Let's talk about it. Let's do it. Let's get excited. Come on, guys. I want to see a bit of energy from you. Ugh. Not dying this time. I'm over the cold. The album opens with the aptly titled Loss of Life. Something's not right there. There's definitely... I've missed part of that title. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just going to call it Loss of Life. Loss of Life. Opening track. Very ambient track, actually. There's no real vocals here. It's all just these sort of added, spacey, sort of unknown vocals talking. Yeah, it's a collection of a variety of sounds and recorded tracks. It creates this fantastic tone setter for the project. It really establishes the sounds, and it's like a nice wee taster into what is to come, because what comes is so much more than what this is, but it's kind of a good way of introducing what this can be and where this is gonna go, and that's always a good thing to have with an album opener. Love the synths used. There's like a flute. There's a flute somewhere comes in, and it's really good. It's like I don't know how it goes. I can't remember, but I wrote it in my script that there's a flute. So there's a flute and it's really good. It has a really nice build and the pace really begins to quicken as it develops. And then it leads nicely into the next song on the album, Mother Nature. Ooh, it's this fantastic synth wave fusion of a song. Another amazing build. Even more amazing vocals here. They're very dreamlike and they really glide across this song effortlessly. It's really, really nice to listen to this song. It really feels like something you would get at the end of a film, and this is a truly continuing running theme in this project, as it's a very cinematic sounding album, which is really plays into the strengths of MGMT, as they've always had a kind of cinematic sound about them, but this is one of the most prevalent examples of it is on this album. The ending to this song is absolutely fantastic too. The drums on the latter half of this track really carry the emotion and the feeling of it so amazingly. God, Mother Nature goes hard. The next one is Dancing in Babylon. Oh, I love this song so much. So good. This is definitely, undeniably my favourite on the whole thing. I wholeheartedly stand by that statement. I'll die on that hill. I'll go to the top of that hill and I will die on it. MGMT and Christine and the Queens play off each other so fantastically. They have this unbelievable chemistry that isn't really matched or found anywhere else on the album. They create these beautiful harmonies throughout the whole thing. It's absolutely gorgeous to listen to. The production here is fantastic. The piano is so nicely and just works so well and just carries us and just takes us through the song. It's such an emotional song. It's such a moving song. I wanna tell everyone I love you. I love you. That has been stuck in my head, ever present in here, since it's come out and since I listened to this song on this album. What a great one. Dancing in Babylon. Dancing in Babylon. Boom, 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 boom. That bit tickles my brain. People in the streets. People in the streets. People in the streets. It really serves as a change up from the previous tracks. This is a real funky one. It's got a nice use of guitar, really nice use of guitar. As I said, it's a much slower track, but in all honesty, it's a welcome change. If this album was a journey through space, which it kind of feels like a lot of the time, that's kind of a thing that these guys do. They really make you feel like you're on like a SpaceX mission with Mr. Musk. You'd be floating in orbit right now. That's what this song sounds like. And the instrumental sections here, I'm a big fan of. And that's one thing I gotta note about this album is that the instrumentation and its variety is next to none. It's unbelievable how much they cover here and how many instruments are added in the production here. It really keeps you coming back, because every time you come back you discover something more about the production and its musical aspects. Back to People in the Streets though, just to finish off, the drums at the end here are fantastic. In a whole, the ending of this song is like another worldly experience. It's got you traveling through dimensions. I say that about a lot of stuff that I talk about on here, but this one in particular just really sends it home to me. Bubblegum Dog. Sadly though, Bubblegum Dog might be my least favourite song on the album. It's not terrible by any means, though I actually think it's a good track still. I love the electric guitar here. It really allows for the chorus to hit really hard. Really hard. It gives this track an added edge too that other songs in the album just don't have. Heck, the guitar solo here is immense. They really hit that edge. Is this my least favourite track, or was I lying? Hold on a minute. I don't think I have a least favourite track, to be honest. It's actually a really good song. Nothing to declare. Oh, there's so many bits of this album that just stay in your head. And then when the song title comes up again, I go, that's the one that goes like this. But Nothing to Declare is the lead single from the project, probably. And it's just spectacular. I love the music video for this. That lady has got no arms, and she is just straight chilling the whole time. You know, she's going to Paris. She's getting a bit of action. More action than me, fair play to her. It's a vibe. It's a great video. She's just chilling. She's just eating food with her feet. She's just walking around Paris, looking at stuff with her feet, getting her nails painted, and she finds this wee keychain that has just legs. And I'm like, that's so perfectly, that's so cool you found that. It's almost like it was planted. I'm not saying it was planted, but it's really cool. Great music video. But back to the song though. The video does help the song actually. It's kind of a key element to what made this song so engaging to me in the first place. The more I think about it actually. The string guitar is so fun. It's such an elevated track. It glides, it builds, and it's truly a gorgeous song. So I really like this one. It's really good. Probably heard this one if you've been floating about the internet somewhere. Great song. Nothing changes. Nothing changes. Nothing changes, at least musically, as it's still got some of the similar elements to Nothing to Declare. When I wrote that, I thought that was really good. Now I'm like reading it back to myself, maybe not that good. This is a heavy and sweeping song that really makes you feel its presence. The low chords from the piano, the slow strums of the guitar help contrast the vocals so effectively. This track takes time to build, but oh, it's so worth it. It's so worth it. This is a proper dark room 3 a.m. stare at the ceiling, rethink everything type of song. That's the best compliment I can give this. Ending is just it's just such a it's such a release. It's such a release. The horns really give it that added whimsical dramatic tension that it needed. I love the ending of the song so much. It's got me like,
I don't know, but if it's edge of 17, back up. I need some twirling roll. This is it. Back up.
Oh, it's a real standout. Really good song. Really good. Really fantastic song. I don't know how to say this one. I think it's Far Ride's song. It's a very different track actually. This sounds like a sci-fi western type thing with the guitar, the bottles seemingly clanking in the wind and the wind whistling. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of weird. It's a really cinematic track as well. I also love the added ad-libs of this song. A real spacey track that leaves you feeling lost in many ways, but in a good way, if you know what I mean. There's so much happening here so subtly that it all comes together so amazingly and is masterfully mixed as well. You can hear every element, and every time I've listened to it, as I've said, you really discover more, and this song is a prime example of it. I wish I was joking. I wish I was joking. I adore the overlapping of the main line of the song, I wish I was joking. The way the vocals overlap here so nicely. It's like one of the breads, you know, the ones that like fold over, and they always do it in Bake Off, but like nobody can do it other than Paul Hollywood because he's the bread man. And I like, it's kind of like an illusion too, because even though they're saying I wish I was joking, at points it sounds like I wish I was choking, which I don't know if I'm the only person in the world that hears that, or that's a really obvious thing that everybody's heard and everybody's picked up on. I don't know, I like it though. It's what I hear. I think it's a cool interpretation to what I hear, you know. Maybe it's suggesting some questionable things about me. I have to clarify that what's suggested here after what I just said, that's not true. But again, another great track. Maybe one of the weaker ones on here, but I don't mind. I think it's a nice, whimsical, sort of subtle, messaged, bound song. I just came up with all that up there. That, yeah. You couldn't even tell, could you? Yeah, strong, moving ballad, and it's more stripped back, but it's a nice change for the project. Loss of Life. This is where I think I've hit an issue because they're definitely both called Loss of Life, but one has brackets. One has brackets because this is the last song. Not a long album, this is it? Not a long album. The first one's Loss of Life Part 2. Are you meant to play this backwards? No, that would be a plot twist. That would be a plot twist if you ask me. Loss of Life, not part 2, the closer of the track. I like this. It's got a sort of like 8-bit synthesizer here. The song in a way sounds like the ending of a really emotional 8-bit video game. I don't know how to like I said, I don't know how to explain it, but I think that explains it pretty well, actually. Yeah, it has a nice build and is a really emotional and moving ending. I was really feeling it with this one. I don't know what it was. I think it's the way the song moves and its presentation that really hit me personally. Near the end, it focuses entirely on this fantastic instrumental, and it provides this disabling and disarming breakdown that really just sticks with you. This is an unbelievably fantastic way to end the project and really sends home this amazing album you have been listening to. So if you couldn't tell, I really like this. I thought this was really, really, really good. I think I say this with like every review, it's probably one of the best of the year. It's been a good year so far. There's been a lot of good stuff come out, but this really stands out to me personally. I was a huge fan of this. There's so much to unpack. Think the initial reactions, I think this album, as time goes on, will grow more on people. I just think there's so much going on here, so much densely layered musical mastery from these guys that you can't ignore it. It's just a phenomenal project, and I really, really recommend going and giving this a listen. Oh, I don't know if I it feels too early to give out a score that I want to give in my career, but I really think I can't really find faults here. I just think every song is so stellarly made. It's such an amazing project to listen to. Honestly, I got 10 fingers, folks, 10 fingers. I don't know if that's why I'm gonna give out like 10s. It definitely gets the Ryan stamp of approval, but it's just such a phenomenal project. It's such a moving project, and one that I will definitely return to so much as the year goes on. I looked up the Pitchfork review and I give it like a 6.9, and I had a heart attack. I couldn't believe it because this is such an amazing album. Really, if there's one album so far this year you want to listen to, for me personally, it's this one. Was not expecting to love it as much as I do. This is just such a cinematic and masterfully made project. MGMT, Loss of Life. Give it a listen, please. So that's the review. That's that. Thanks for watching. Drop a sub for the really good review for the 10 fingers. I'm not gonna make 10s out of 10s be 10 fingers. Is it a 10? I don't know if it's a 10. I'm gonna stick with that for now. I don't know if I'll maintain that, but right now no. Ryan stamp of approval. We're just giving it that anyway. That's a certain. So that's that. Thanks for watching. Drop a sub. See you when I see you. I just did that. What was that?